The nominees for Spirit of San Diego are Lefty by Sopika Productions, Brueggemeyer.com, and Intellectual Entertainment. Star Wars: A Toy Story by PLEX. Downstage by Heartland Films. Save Our Bolts from Pens That Work Productions and BTS TV. The nominees for Best Editing in a Music Video are Young Gods by Prayers, Across the Sea of Madness by Cage, World of Fire by Dive Bomber. The nominees for Best Cinematography in a Music Video are Cirque de Vie, Young Gods by Prayers, Across the Sea of Madness by Cage. The nominees for Best Directing in a Music Video are Chemistry by Hard Knocks and Savor, featuring Anastasia Bykova, Pouring Down by SANDOLLAR, Young Gods by Prayers. The nominees for Best Music Video are Chemistry by Hard Knocks and Savor, featuring Anastasia Bykova, Cirque de Vie, Pouring Down by SANDOLLAR, Young Gods by Prayers. The nominee for Best Regional Webisode is Stay at Home Mom from Alakai Productions. The nominees for Best Webisode are Between Bullets from Gemini Pictures, In Your Neighborhood with Lou Niles on 91X, Bill Perrine, It's Gonna Blow from Love Machine Films, Jordan Hates Solitude from Jordan Hates Productions. The nominees for Best Trailer are Zero: Dawn of the Darklighters Teaser 1 from Halo Cinematic, Soldiers of Misfortune from Jordan Hates Productions, South of 8 official trailer from Rosewood 5 Studios, The Wand Maker from Pirate King Films. The nominee for Best Animated Film is The Fallen Phoenix from Jipu Music. The nominees for Best Regional Documentary Film are El Gran Taxista from Stephen Jake Productions, Que Lejos Estoy, Picturing Assimilation by Apodaca Films. The nominee for Best Editing in a Documentary is Craig Gottlieb and TJ Jeffrey for Legion. The nominee for Best Cinematography in a Documentary is David Romero for The Kitchenistas. The nominee for Best Director in a Documentary is Mary Ann Baster for The Kitchenistas. The nominees for Best Fight Choreography are Cassandra Betancourt for Shortcut Showdown, Fernando J. Huerto for The Deadliest Date, John Freeman for Roulette. The nominees for Best Documentary are Diary of a Unicorn from Vaxon Films and Meliora Films, Legion by History Hunter and Clear Story, The Kitchenistas by Eddie Grace Media. The nominees for Best Feature Film Documentary are Club Frontera from Frazzled Man Productions, Steve White, Painting the World with Music from Timeline Studios. The nominees for Best Regional Short Film are Mirror by Quiet Onset Films, Retrato de Familia by Stephen Jake Productions. The nominees for Best Visual Effects are David S. Dawson, and Becky Damaski for Lefty. Greg Dengler for Right Hand Men. Jose Ponce for 3 Strikes. Raymond Montemayor for Star Wars: A Toy Story. The nominees for Best Sound Design are Joe Godfrey for Go Out in Violet Waters. Outer Ridge for See Me. The nominees for Best Musical Score are Romain Zante for Things Happen. Solo Wang for The Recency Effect. The nominees for Best Editing are Michael TOWE for Go Out in Violet Waters. Michael Lane Parks for 3 Strikes. Michael TOWE for CROWDSORCERY. The nominees for Best Costume and Makeup are Francia Cohen, Aubrey Hill, Deepti Kingra, and Elsa Nicholson for CROWDSORCERY. Wendy McCleary for A Thirst for Justice. Brooke Barker for Fait Accompli. The nominees for Best Cinematography are Jesse A. Aragon for Go Out in Violet Waters. Cynthia Hernandez for Unalienable. The nominees for Best Production Design are David S. Dawson, Teresa Dawson Davis, and Brian Keith Davis for Things Happen. Elsa Mickelson for Go Out in Violet Waters. Elsa Mickelson for CROWDSORCERY. RSV Productions for A Thirst for Justice. Rorin Productions for Unalienable. The nominees for Best Writing are Shannon Rakowski, Pam Toby, Christopher Payne, and Susan Davis for 3 Strikes. Micah Miner, Michael Brugemeyer, Levi Knox, and TJ Fucella for CROWDSORCERY. Keith Hammond for The Deadliest Date. Sophie Backus and Piper Backus for Lefty. The nominees for Best Supporting Actress are Hannah McLeod for Go Out in Violet Waters. Terry Park for Things Happen. Laura Bohlin for The Recency Effect. The nominees for Best Supporting Actor are David O'Hara for Go Out in Violet Waters. Merrick McCartha for Assessing Alan. Ron Christopher Jones for The Deadliest Date. The nominees for Best Actress are Beth Gallagher for Right Hand Men, Kelsey Fordham for See Me, Sophie Backus for Lefty, Piper Backus for Lefty, Wendy Marshall for Go Out in Violet Waters, Lisa Winans for Wingin' It. The nominees for Best Actor are John Allen for CROWDSORCERY, Phil Sisson for Unalienable, Sebastian Cipolla for Things Happen, Travis Chesney for Assessing Alan. The nominees for Best Director are Wendy Marshall for Go Out in Violet Waters, Micah Miner for CROWDSORCERY, Fernando J. Huerto for The Deadliest Date, David S. Dawson for Things Happen. And the nominees for Best Film are Go Out in Violet Waters by WHM Productions, CROWDSORCERY by Bad MF Films, Lefty by Sopika Productions, Brueggemeyer.com, and Intellectual Entertainment. The nominees for Best Feature Film are As You Like It from Idle Dreams Entertainment, The Playground from Split World Pictures, The Hardest Thing from Turn for Films,